Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Colchester Legion Stadium. We have some U16 AAA action going on here tonight, as it's the Thunder hosting the Highlanders here on a Saturday night in Truro. Take a look at the standings heading into this one. The Highlanders sit in second place as of today, 4 points behind the Vitos, who beat the Voyagers earlier on this afternoon, while the Thunder looking to keep pace in the middle of the standings, 4 points behind the Kings. As starting in goal are two netminders, veterans of this league but playing for different teams. As Callum the Wolf, the former Buccaneer, taking on Hugh Burchill, the former Cape Breton Jet. An interesting goaltender matchup as we're underway here in Truro. Highlanders defending Nova Scotia champions, have another impressive season under Craig McInnes, the head coach. Thunder looking to clear. It's going to be whacked back into the zone by Nadazdi, but it's going to be played with a hand pass, which will stop play 12 seconds in. Take a look at the point leaders for Truro, or the Fundy Thunder playing in Truro. Maddox Fundy leading the way with 15 points. This will drop the puck right in front of the Thunder bench. McClellan will play it back. Nadazdi, did he pass up for Landry? It's going to be poked in the zone by Jones. As on the forecheck is Cabot. There's Nadazdi's shot on goal. Just goes wide past the Wolf. And that's going to be kept in for a moment. Sent back in towards the goal. It's going to be covered up by the Wolf, which will stop play once again. Have a chance to look at the point leaders on the Cabot side. No point per game players here for the Highlanders, but they're playing by committee. As Havercourt, their top scorer, 5 and 8 for 13 points. So they'll drop the puck inside the Thunder zone. Played in behind the net. Played up the wall. Landry will hold the line and shoot one on. Just goes wide past the screen. So crash in the net. And looking for the rebound, the Highlanders style of play. As McQuarrie will look to poke it in deep, and he will. Gets a hit on the way. Sent in behind the net. Here is Parker looking to clear. Parker gets hit in the wall, so expect a heavy forecheck from Cabot here tonight. That's been their bread and butter for years now. As we play in the middle, watch out, pass in front on the goal line. Backhander just goes wide. As that was McQuarrie looking to get that one on goal. And that came off on the play, so that will stop play. Puck is dropped. Comes free up top. Murray looking to hold the line, but he's forced to escape the zone. Goes up the boards. Picked up by Atkinson. Atkinson will cycle up the ball, but picked up by Stewart. Atkins gets it right back. Here come the Thunder. Atkinson has it. Will send it in deep. Burchill at the play to go up the wall. That's going to be played up ahead. Here is Cohen Phillips looking for it. His pass over to Poirier out of his reach. Poirier gets it back. Plays it up top. Intercepted by Atkinson. Here comes Fundy. Parker has it. Here is Rennie. Rennie will shoot one off the rush, and that'll be first save of the game for Burchill. As we're now 2 minutes in to this one. New news out of the U16 League. The host team for the Maritime Championship was announced, as well as the host for the provincial tournament. If you're unfamiliar with the rules, that's going to be a shot from Singer. Stop made by Burchill. If you're unfamiliar with the rules of this league for the playoffs, they'll break off into provinces once the season concludes. The winner of the regular season gets an automatic bye to the Maritime Championship. Well, you got to win your province to make it into the Maritimes if you don't win the league in the regular season. As Cabot has it, played across the ice. Shooting off the rush and stopped made by DeWolf. Letting that one go was K. Tuzenard. So the host will be the Western Rebels. So that will take place in PEI over in Tyne Valley. A beautiful facility and area if you had never been. They will be great hosts for that championship. There's a little discussion at the bench. Craig McInnes talking to the referees, the head coach, who's been doing a great job of Cabot. They've really been kind of revitalized, I guess is the word, as of the past 2 years. They won the provincials last year in a shootout against my Voyageurs, unfortunately. And then they've been great this season so far, second place in the league. You got to credit the head coach, Craig McInnes, for bringing a Cape Breton style of hockey back to Cabot. This is the best way to describe it. Puck is dropped inside the Fundy zone, looking to clear his Landry. As beaten, couldn't keep it in, as he'll throw it on net. Stop made by DeWolf. Chance here for Parker to clear. He'll go up the middle. It's going to go off the stick, and that will bounce its way inside the Thunder zone. As Ali played in deep, picked off by Cabot, and they have the puck in transition. That's going to be sent in deep by Soren Adazdi on the rush. As puck cycled in deep. Finds a stick of Laba, who'll go up the boards, looking to clear. It's going to be kept in at the line by Landry. Played around the wall. Fundy looking to clear. White looking to get the puck out as he takes a hit. Thunder side thought that was an interference call. We'll play on. Here's Parker. Up the wall looking for White. White looking to clear. It's going to be kept in by Landry, the veteran defenseman number 88. As he finishes his hit on the play. Looking to clear is Fundy. That will be sent down the ice. And that will be an icing call. We'll get the chance to look at the standings heading into this one. So Highlanders in second place, 24 points. You get 2 points for a win in regulation or overtime. A little different than U15 Major. Thunder have 13 points on the year. They'll drop the puck. Inside the Fundy zone. Puck is dropped. One up ahead. As Ulof will look to send it in. He takes a hit from Landry in the process. Cabot will regain possession. Played through the middle. It's going to be chipped into the zone. So I try and adjust my camera here. I'm not sure what's going on. Puck played behind the net. Shot off the side of the cage, just goes wide. Shots are 3-2 in favor of Cabot, who are on the road here tonight. Good start for them. A chip and chase, grindy style for Cabot, as per usual. As puck played over across, here's Landry. Landry will skate into the zone as he takes a hit while dumping it in. Expect a physical affair tonight as Baird tangled up with McCaddy in the corner. It's going to be cleared to the blue line. And sent back as the Wolf will play off his stick. Up ahead, that'll be Officer Cogger. As Cabot has it in their own zone. Not much going on here in the opening 5 minutes as McCaddy will send it in deep. Baird has it behind his own net. Looking to clear. As he'll send it the other way. Looking to get that one in deep as McQuarrie. He has the puck. He'll shoot one towards the goal and he scores! Tipped in front. McCaddy might have got a stick on that one. And the Highlanders score first here on the road. Just past the 5-minute mark. The opening frame. McCaddy tips in the James McQuarrie shot. And it is 1-0 here in Truro. Visiting team strikes first on the road. As they'll drop the puck on the ensuing face-off. Highlanders have in their own zone. It's going to be played up the wall as Parker will send it right back into the Highlanders' end. Takes a funny hop. Here comes Cabot now. Shot off the rush. Will be gloved down. No rebound from DeWolf as he gloves down the dump in. .27 to go in the opening frame. Highlanders just scored to make it 1-0 as Stewart will take the face-off. Puck dropped. It's going to be played to the line. Adazzi will send it in deep. Scramble for the puck. It's Cogger looking for it. Comes free for Baird. Baird. Across for Gavin Moore. Moore will send it in deep as he gets the red line. It's going to be stopped by Churchill. He'll leave it for his defenseman Boyd. Cabot looking to clear. His hit on the wall as Boyd was pinching up by Moore. Another hit after the play on Stewart. So once again, a physical affair going on here in Truro. Two teams who are not afraid to lay the body historically and in the present. As looking to clear, kept in by Nadazdi as he takes a hit from Moore. Every player finishing their hits on each pass. As Parker has it behind his own net. Up the wall, it gets past Baird. It's going to be kept in by Boyd. Boyd will get to the middle, makes a move. Boyd will shoot one through the screen. This goes wide of the net. As DeWolf was screened in front. Let's pass across the ice by Fundy looking to clear. As Laba will send it towards the Highlanders zone. Highlanders have in their own end. Nice few moves there to get the forward check, but comes free. As here's Cochran. First real sustained zone pressure from Fundy Thunder right now. That's going to be whistled down for a hand pass, which will stop play. Here, look at the point leaders for Fundy. Maddox running in the top. McIver, Cochran, Uloth, and Max Donald Parker. The top contributors for Fundy so far this year. So drop the puck in neutral ice. It's going to be one back by a little too far for Fundy. Puck bouncing. In neutral ice picked up by Cabot. It's going to be sent in deep by Spencer Poirier, but that will be an icing call as he couldn't get on the right side of the red line. Now look at the point leaders. So Havercourt 5 and 8 for 13. Will McClellan 5 goals, 5 assists. Having himself a good season. Puck is dropped. It's going to be played in the middle of the ice. Here comes Cabot now towards the goal, and they score. 2-0. Beautiful move and tight. Looks to be Cade Tuzenard with the goal. And it is number 8. So a great effort for number 8, Cade Tuzenard. Makes things 2-0 here in Truro. The face-off. It's going to be played inside the Highlanders' end, but they will recollect the puck quickly. Played up ahead. As here comes Cabot. Wheeling his way through was Andrew Jones. His shot towards the goal is going to have a body in front. That's going to be sent back inside the zone. Parker there to look to clear for Fundy. There is Max Donald Parker up the wall. Finds Whites. That's going to be sent to the opposite wall. But picked off by Cabot. That's going to be played up the wall. Looking to clear was Lucas Havercourt, the top scorer for Cabot heading into this game. It's going to be picked off and neutralized by Parker. It's going to be sent down the ice. And that will be no ice, or that will be an icing call. My apologies. Which will stop play. 11:44 to go in the opening period. We're nearing the halfway point of the frame. Just going to like to apologize for my tripod here. I'm not sure what's going on. Try and fix that in the intermission if I can. It's not the face-off. Shot is on. This goes wide. Looking to break the lead in half. It was Cochran. As here's Cogger. Sent in deep. Picked up by Uloth, who takes a hit behind the net. Uloth looking for the puck in the forecheck. That was McIver, number 71, who got hit. As Cabot regained possession, looking to clear. Put it behind his own net. It's going to be poked off of his stick. Picked up by McInnes. Here comes Cabot now, put up ahead. Here's Havercourt. Havercourt will make a move. Looking at the defender, but he gets knocked off the puck as he was approaching the goal. Puck behind the net. As Thunder have it, they might have numbers here. Here is Singer. Singer will get the red line and send it in deep. That's going to take a funny hop and nearly onto the stick of Singer again as he gets the puck right back. Here is Singer's shot. Will be stopped by Burchill. Play to the corner. Brett Boyd, the collect for the Highlanders. Here's Boyd. Played up the wall, but it's going to be sent in deep. Parker has the puck stripped on the forecheck by McCaddy. McCaddy shot to the side of the net. That's going to be whistled down as the net came off of the moorings of Callum the Wolf. So approaching the halfway point of the first period. It's 2-0 for Cabot here on the road. As they'll drop the puck. It's going to be sent towards the opposite corner. Inside the Thunder zone, they're looking to clear. Lab looking for the puck in the corner. It's a hard forecheck from McCaddy. That's going to be sent on net, deflected wide. Played up the wall. Saucer pass picked up by Phillips. A little shot go. Just goes past the pad of DeWolf and into the corner. So that'll make its way all the way back inside the Highlander zone for an icing call. With 9:50 to go. Face off to the blocker side to Wolf. Puck is dropped. One back to the corner by Fundy in their own zone. Laba looking to clear. As Rennie looking for the loose puck. Played across the opposite wall. And then the forward check is Poirier looking to keep the play inside the Thunder zone. 9.5 to go in the first period. Puck comes free behind the net. Moore looking for it. As Stewart looking to make a play. Tuzenard has it. As Stewart in the forward check, put up the wall. Landry will poke it back into the zone. As pass looking for Tuzenard, intercepted. Here comes Parker. Parker gets hit as he entered the zone, or nearly did. It's played across the ice. Cabot has the puck. Wheeling their way through is Tuzenard. It's going to be intercepted and played off the glass, but kept into the zone. Is hit on the wall, frees up the puck. Shot is on as Poirier let one rip, looking for the low blocker. Comes free at the point. Did he pass? Here's Landry. Landry shot on goal. Stop made by DeWolf. And that will freeze play. And speaking of freeze, it is cold in this rink. If you've never been to the Colchester Legion Stadium, it is a little chilly here. -4 degrees. Try to get the right angle here. That's going to have to do for now. Puck is dropped. So I'll fully try and reset this tripod at the intermission. I apologize for the weird lopsided angle. As DDD pass. Murray will poke it back in deep. And then the forecheck is Havercourt looking to free up the puck. So they'll make a few spins on the wall behind the net. Going to play it up the wall. Gagnon looking to clear. Gagnon will send it back for Reed. Here's Brennan Reed. DDD passing for Singer. That will go past him. Finds Baird instead. Cross ice passing for Atkinson. That will hop its way onto the stick of Murray, who will send it back in deep for Cabot. Baird will look to clear the zone as Singer up the wall. Goes back for Baird to get set into the boards. As makes his way to the blue line. Shot just goes wide past the Wolf. Rebound collected by Cabot. Play to the point. Here is Murray. Murray DDD pass. A shot on goal just goes wide as that was beaten, letting the shot go. His rebound played behind the net, but Fundy regained possession, looking to clear, but diving effort nearly keeps the play inside the zone as here comes Fundy the other way. As played in behind the net, but Cabot will quickly regain possession. McCaddy looking to clear. Rolling McCaddy. Finds McQuarrie. That's going to be intercepted and sent in deep by Atkinson. As Murray takes a head as he makes the partner pass. Over for Beaton. Played up the wall. As forecheck frees up the puck for a moment. Played up top for Warwick on the interception. It will dump it back into the zone. Up the wall, McCaddy. looking to clear but can't do so. Good forecheck here by the Thunder as Parker couldn't dump it in deep. As here comes Cabot looking to clear. So that's going to be met at the line and then send right back the opposite direction. Back to retrieve it is Murray. He'll take the puck from Birchill. 7 minutes to go here in the first period. 2-0 for Cabot here on the road. As here's McIver looking to dump it in. It's going to be fanned on, but Gangal will collect it and send it inside the Highlanders zone. He's beaten. He's been out there for a while. Back to retrieve the puck. They'll come free. Uloth in on the forecheck. Looking for it. The second-year veteran captain, Uloth. That's going to be kept in at the line. Here's Laba. Laba shot on goal. As goaltender Birchill didn't know he made the save. As rebounds sent on net, but stopped by Birchill once again. Here's Singer. Singer makes a move with the blue line. Singer gets the middle and shoot one stop made. As hit in the wall, frees up the puck. And that will be cleared down the ice. So a good shift here for Fundy, looking to cut the lead in half as puck is bouncing on Ulof as he collects the puck. Ulof will shoot one on. Looking for the top corner, but he missed it. As Cabot will send the other way. Singer back to collect, but he's got a forechecking Poirier on him. Singer escapes that forecheck for a moment, looking to clear. That's going to be played with a hand pass, and that will stop play. So they'll drop the puck right in front of the Cabot bench in neutral ice. Puck is dropped, 5.5 to go in the period. There is Singer, up for Baird. Baird will throw it on goal, stop made by the goaltender. Puck played to the corner. Comes free for Atkinson, shot stop made by Birchill and tight. That was his best save of the game so far, number 30 in white. As puck behind the net, looking to clear is Nadazdi. Played up the boards. Here comes Cabot. Off the stick of Poirier, and that will come free as Atkinson will collect. Atkinson has a lane to the net. So played towards the goal. Looking for more, but he couldn't connect. It's a great stick by Brett Boyd. As Atkinson will send it in deep. Glove down by Birchill. Birchill leads it for Nadazdi up the wall. Kept in by Cochran. He'll go skate to stick. Finds Rennie, the top scorer for Fundy. Rennie will throw it towards the net. That will go off the stick and wide. Parker has it at the blue line. Shot up another stick that will deflect into the corner. As thrown on net, just goes off the side of the cage and wide. Parker will hold the line. Fundy having a better second half of this period. As player taken down behind the net, and that'll be a penalty. Fundy will head to the power play. Looking to cut the lead in half. So looks like Brett Boyd, number 28, the veteran defenseman, will sit for tripping. So power play here for Fundy. That's going to be one back, but a little too far to the reach of the defenseman. So they'll force to regroup and neutral ice. It's going to be sent around the wall by Rennie. But picked up by Landry. As watch out here, he might have a step. Landry short-handed and a breakaway. Stop made by DeWolf. And that's a big one for Fundy. As bursting through the zone was Daniel Landry, number 88. Split the defender short-handed, but DeWolf comes up big for his team. Puck dropped. One back for Fundy in their own zone. They're still in the power play. Here's Ulof. He accepts the pass. Ulof will dump it around, but right there was Birchill to intercept the dump in. He'll play it right back up the wall as Rennie had that hopper over his stick. Singer back to retrieve it. There is Cooper Singer up for Cochran. Jude Cochran will circle back in his own zone. The former Bomber will take it up the right wall. Cochran goes middle. Cochran still has it. Shot off of Landry. That will go to play, which will cause a whistle. So I think I got the camera down here. The tripod was giving me an issue at the start. I'm not sure what happened. I had it lined up perfectly. But it only takes one thing to go wrong. I think it looks straight. It's a bit of an awkward setup here as I'm literally in the stands. So I think it looks better now, but either way, here's Parker on the half wall. Parker plays up top for Atkinson. Atkinson will walk in and shoot one, stop, make rebound. Moore will try and dig it through, but standing his ground is Hugh Burchill. Keeps the puck out of the net. And we are still 2-0 here in Truro. Big saves from our 30 in white, the veteran netminder, former Cape Breton Jet. As mentioned at the top of the show, two goalies who have played in this league last year, but for different teams than they are on right now. DeWolf played for the Buccaneers last season, and Burchill played for the Jets. So an interesting matchup as pass across for Atkinson. That will go off his stick. Sent in deep for Moore. Gavin Moore gets pinned to the wall by Murray. Murray, the former Novas out of Antigonish. This can be sent down the ice by Cabot. There is still 30 seconds of power play time for Fundy, who have the puck in their own zone. Here's Parker up the wall. Finds Moore on the stretch pass. Moore will look to get it into the zone, but right there to pick up the puck was Daniel Landry, who's a big force out there. Looking like a man amongst boys as Moore and Landry tangle up behind the play. No call as of yet, and they finally make the call as Moore and Landry out of the box. So 2:21 to go. We'll have 5-on-4 for the next 6 seconds. The coincidental penalties negated each other. And so still 5-on-4. Puck drop in front of the Thunder bench. That's going to be one back by Cabot and cleared down as Reed will play it over for Singer. As we're back to 5-on-5, Singer will chip it up to the middle of the ice, so that's going to be sent down. Nadazdi there to pick it up. That will be cleared as Reed will collect. Reed goes up the boards as Nadazdi will collect once again. We play to the middle as Singer will go off the boards once again. Neither team wants to hold on to the puck right now as Nadazdi will go D to D. As here comes Havercourt. Havercourt over cross. Watch out here. McCaddy. Stop made by DeWolf. So McCaddy came looking for his second of the game. Well, that was McClellan, rather. My apologies. Number 15, not 16. First time covering the Highlanders this season. I saw a lot of them last year. I was part of the Voyager staff. And I think we played them like 8 times in a month during our playoff run. So familiar with a few of the players as there was a hit on the play which caused a stir. I was not sure if you heard that. As here's Cogger looking to clear. Met at the line, but Nadazdi will send it back in deep. Parker looking to clear. Finds McIver, chipped up for Ulof, and 2-on-1 developing for a moment, but great defensive effort on the back check by Cabot. We're playing a great team game this season, it looks like. No superstars, just hard work and grit for the Cabot Highlanders. Just watch out here, they nearly got caught for too many. So you're going to hear from the crowd beside me to my right. I am on the Fundy side of the ice, or the stands I should say. So expect a Fundy crowd reaction as there's 45 seconds to go in the period. Puck played behind the net. Comes free for McQuarrie. McQuarrie has it on the wall if it's something deep. Puck played behind the net. A sneaky shot there. Just goes wide. That was McCaddy, let one rip. As Murray couldn't hold the line. That will stop play as that was offside. So 30 seconds to go in the first period. Cabot here on the road have a 2-0 lead in Truro against the Thunder. In for the face-off is McQuarrie. Puck is dropped. as that's sent in deep by McCaddy, who's having himself a great season. He seems to have grown a lot. McCaddy, I believe he was a pretty short guy last year. That's what this league is kind of designed for, is the late bloomers. As Boyd will send it back towards the zone, that will hit the linesman. As Atkinson connects up it cleanly. 6 seconds to go. Puck bouncing as Reed will play back for Singer. Singer will go off the boards looking to spring Rennie, but that's going to do it as the buzzer goes. So Highlanders up 2-0. You're tuned to High Button Sports live from the Colchester Stadium. We'll be back in about 12 minutes or so after the Zamboni flood. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Truro for this second period. U16 AAA action going on. Cabot Highlanders scored 2 quick ones in the first half of the first period. They're up 2-0. As it was Roy McCaddy, less than 5 minutes in, from James McQuarrie and Matthew Beaton on the opening goal. Then 2 minutes later, Cade Tuzenard made it 2-0. As he tipped in a Beaton shot, I believe. And then Daniel Landry the other assist. 2 penalties to Cabot in that period. Brett Boyd and Daniel Landry both took a tripping and roughing minor respectively. And then on that same roughing minor, Gavin Moore got tangled up with Landry. So just the 1 power play. Fundy did not score on that man advantage. They're down 2-0 here at home. Now look at the standings as of today. Under 4 points behind the Kings, who are on the road right now in PEI, I believe. So, second period, shots were 10-9 in favor of Fundy in that opening frame, but they're down by 2. Let's see, there's Landry at the wall and an early hit as Jones got sent into the Fundy bench. Let's see what kind of response they have after that first period. Here's Moore. Play up top for Reed. Reed across for Singer. One-timer stop made by Burchill, who was sharp in the first period when he had to be, as McClellan will collect. Up the wall. Havercourt looking to clear. As that'll be kept in and shot towards the opposite corner. Atkinson on the forecheck looking to get the puck, but he gets hit by 2 Cabot Highlanders, McClellan being one of them, as that's going to be played to the line, and that will go off the glove of a Singer, and then linesman rules it a hand pass in neutral ice. So 40 seconds have gone in this opening frame. They'll drop the puck right in front of the Fundy bench to my right here in the broadcast booth / stands. It's freezing cold here at Colchester Legion Stadium. As up the dump in, out the face-off win. Landry will go up the wall. It's going to be kept in and shot on net, and Burchill with the blocker redirects one out of play. So 19-12 remaining. Face off the blocker side of Burchill. One back by Fundy. Here's Laba at the blue line. Laba will backhand one in the zone. Goes off stick of Cogger. Looking to clear his Cabot. Right up ahead. Here's McCaddy with a great first period. That's going to be picked off. Laba's shot just goes wide. Rebound will be played to the corner. Looking to clear his Cabot. They have the puck in transition. As McCaddy on the forecheck. Looking to get the puck off a Parker's stick, but can't do so. Cabot will recollect. Here's Landry. Played up to the middle. Goes off a stick as McQuarrie on the forecheck. As he has a goal in this game, as Laba goes up the wall from McIver, who will play it back for Laba. Laba will join the rush and shoot on off the rush. That's going to be stopped. Rebounds there, but cleared away. As hit behind the net. Another showing of the physicality in this one. As there is Beaton looking to clear. It's going to be turned over and sent in front looking for McIver. As that's going to be whistled down. Net came off its moorings. That's happened a few times in this game. So they'll drop the puck. Looks like to the blocker side of Burchill. Puck dropped. Comes free up top. Singer shot just goes wide. His rebound took a funny hop off the boards. But cleared away by Cabot, who's been doing a great job in front of their own net, as Cochran will send it back in deep. That's a play to Burchill, who's trying to leave it for his defenseman. That being Andy Boyd. As Cabot looking to clear. Phillips plays it ahead. So intercepted and sent the other way as Rennie looking to clear. It's a body. Comes straight for Stewart. Stewart will shoot one on goal. Stop made by DeWolf. That being Merrick Stewart. I believe there's 2 Stewarts on this Cabot roster, if I'm not mistaken. I could very well be. As there's Phillips on the turnover. Shot just goes wide. As that will be cleared down the ice by Fundy, which will be an icing call against the Thunder, who can now not change. 2.5 have come and gone in the second period. Face off inside the Thunder zone, off the icing call. Puck is dropped. One back to the point, here's Boyd. As his partner pass was outside the zone, so forced to regroup is Cabot. But they end up touching it up in the zone for an offside, so Fundy can now make changes as they just ice the puck. They'll drop it right to the right side of the Cabot bench, right in front of the statistician box at ice level. Timekeeper's box, you can call it too. As here's Boyd. Boyd looking for Beaton. That's going to be intercepted by Singer. Singer will collect and send it back in deeper. I tried to hit a body on the way through, but he recollect and get the zone this time. Here's Boyd up the wall. Tangled up, looking to clear was Tuzenard. That will come free outside of Fundy zone, but they have possession. Here's Parker. Parker will go up the wall, intercepted by McCaddy, who's playing defense, covering for his pinching Beaton. As he'll Beaton take the pass as Parker came looking for a hit. Comes free in the corner. Singer wins the battle as he'll get tangled up of his own player, but Parker able to recollect for Fundy. Played up ahead. That will go past a stick of Gagnon, and that will be another icing call against the Thunder. We're looking to get their first goal of the game here still. 3.5 have gone. Pretty slow pace to this second period. We'll drop the puck to the blocker's side of DeWolf. It's going to be one back by Cabot in their own zone. Play the pointers. Landry lets a shot go. Stop made by DeWolf as a booming shot from the blue line from Daniel Landry. A great defenseman for Cabot, number 88 from White. Second year in the league, we're in the A for Craig McInnes and co. As they'll kick out more from the face-off dot. Puck dropped, played back to the point. As Landry will walk to the middle and shoot one. Stopped made by DeWolf as rebound played in front, and it's going to be whacked at, but cleared out the crease. It's kept in by Boyle, who'll go cross corner. Picked up by Parker. Parker will play it back behind his own net for Laba. Laba loses the puck, comes free. Here is McClellan. As penalty coming up on the Thunder. As shot a little over the net. So delayed penalty right now. Here is Landry. Over to Boyle. Boyle will look for a lane. Plays over across the opposite wall. Up top, Landry has it again. Landry will play it down for Boyle. Boyle will shoot one towards the goal. Just goes over the net. Tuzenard will collect on the opposite wall. Tuzenard looking to make the play. What's going to be touched up by Fundy off the turnover. And with 15.5 to go in the second period, the Thunder will have the penalty kill for the first time tonight. Another whistle just blew. Not sure what that was for. McInnes giving some quick words as they'll keep Landry out there for the power play. This unit looks to be Havercourt, their top scorer, Daniel Landry, Andy Murray, Andrew Jones. Those are 4 of the 5 as they'll drop the puck, and that's going to be played to the neutral ice. Cabot comes into this game with a 21% rate on the power play as Murray will play it back behind his own net. Up the wall looking for the return pass for Landry. Landry finds McClellan. McClellan will make his way through the middle of the ice. Enters the zone. Drops it off for Havercourt. Havercourt played to the point. DD pass as Murray play it outside the zone, so forced to regroup is Landry. Landry went to the zone. Makes a nice move on the wall by Singer. Landry has it behind the net. Played up the boards. Picked up by Murray. Murray plays it to the wall for McClellan. Back for Murray up top. Murray back for McClellan. A cross-ice feed. Here's Landry's shot stop made Beautiful pass through the seam as Murray will recollect up top. Murray over to Landry. Landry will look for a lane and drag and shoot. One stop made by DeWolf. And there'll be no rebound. As hit after the whistle will cause a stir. Player down on the ice as they'll look to send someone to the box, it looks like. Looks like Cogger just took one. And joining him in the box is Andrew Jones. Looks like it'll still be 5-on-4 on the coincidental penalties handed to both teams. McCaddy out there now with McQuarrie, Boyle, McGinnis, and Brett Boyd. Puck is dropped. So second unit on the ice. Here is Boyle. Boyle over to Boyd. Play to the corner. Back up top for Boyle. Boyle finds McInnes. McInnes cross ice. Over to Boyle. There's Landry. Boyle. Over to Landry. Landry will try and dig it through. That was Boyd rather as Baird will get a stick on that and that will escape the zone. Here's McInnes. As more on the forecheck, that's going to go off a body and inside the Thunder bench for a whistle. .49 on the clock in the second period of play. Both goals were scored in the opening frame. It's still 2-0 for Cabot here on the road. Puck is dropped. Scrum draw comes free. Here's McCaddy. He gets tangled up on Baird and neutral ice. That will free up the puck and it's going to be sent out. And deep by Burchill. Burchill has to play it. As we're back to 5-on-5 now. Here's McCaddy. McCaddy towards the goal. Will throw it on net. Stopped made by DeWolf and he'll cover up the rebound as he takes a whack on his back. .24 to go. As the Wolf seems to be ailing a bit. So they'll send the medical staff to tend to the goaltender. The trainer for Fundy is Shayla Glode, according to Game Sheet. She has a quick conversation with the Wolf, who seems to be okay, so Shayla will head back to the bench with some assistance from Parker. The oh-so important medical staff. Looks like there's one on both sides. The medical trainer is Anna McNeil for Cabot, according to the website. As Renegades kicked out of the draw, and comes Moore. Moore against Stewart. That is Merrick Stewart. I think I said earlier that there's two Stewarts, but I might have been making that up. There's two Murrays, that's what it was. I know there was a double dose of last names. On the same team last year, Cabot had 4 McInneses. I think they only have one this year. This year is Landry. Looking to clear. Puck comes free. Finds a stick of Poirier. Gets hit as he enters the zone. As battle in the corner, 2-on-2. Comes free up top. Bear looking to clear. Atkinson couldn't get it out. Laba will play the puck from behind his own net. Laba will go up the boards. Comes free for Boyle. Had to hop over his stick. Ends up inside his own zone. Boyle has it behind the net. Makes a move, but he turns over. And the forecheck is Laba. Shot from Rennie. Stop made by Burchill. Play to the point. Parker looking for it. Intercepted. That's going to be chipped inside the zone. As Poirier first in the puck for Cabot. And in the forecheck. So he gets tangled up behind the net with Parker. Parker wins the battle. Played up top. Cross-ice pass finds Rennie. Rennie will enter the zone and pass across the ice looking for Cochran, but intercepted. Here come the Highlanders now. Is off the bench Johnny on the spot is Tuzenard. He was in a great spot to collect that turnover. Fundy have it in the corner in their own zone. Here is Singer. Singer will look up ice, goes off the boards, looking to spring Rennie, and he might do so. Rennie makes a move, but he can't get by Murray, the defenseman. That was Andy Murray, who I believe is also the name of a tennis player. Here is Tuzenard, takes it behind the net in the offensive zone. Tuzenard will play it down the wall, but picked off by Singer. Singer has it behind his own net, makes a few moves as he gets hit by Poirier on the forecheck. That was Tuzenard, rather. As Beaton will go cross wall. Puck bouncing for Reed behind his own net, picked off by Singer. Singer goes up the wall, looking to clear. It's Fundy out of their own zone as Boyd lays a hit on Frazier. Sent back into the zone by Boyd. Boyd and Landry, two big bodies out there for Cabot as Boyd will collect a neutral ice. Turned over. Here's Rennie the other way. Rennie, saucer, looking for Cochran. That'll miss his stick. As battle ensues for the puck, comes free for Cabot. As weaving his way through the middle was Nadazzi. That's going to be sent in deep by Rolly McCaddy. DeWolf out to play it. Is it for Baird? Across the ice, pass out of the reach of Rennie. Picked up by Boyd for a moment, but sent right back in deep by a forechecking Rennie. His pass across looking for Cochran. Put up top for Parker. Parker will go around the wall as Rennie at the end of his shift will go to the bench. Looks like he's favoring his hand. Played to the wall, looking to cycle in deep, but picked off. Right back in the second. Cochran lets a shot go. It's going to be off the glove and wide of Burchill. As Laba plays it for Parker in neutral ice. Max McDonald. Parker will play it into the corner. As played by Nadazdi now. Here's Sawyer and Nadazdi across for Phillips. Phillips onto the zone. Phillips will shoot through the screen, stopped by DeWolf, and there'll be no rebounds. As we're halfway through regulation, 10 minutes have gone in the second period. Shots are 16-13 in favor of Cabot, who've taken over the shot lead in this game. Here's Boyle, sent around the boards. Parker will collect inside his own zone. Right up ahead looking for Cogger. It's going to be intercepted and sent on goal by a slap shot from Daniel Landry. That's going to be stopped by DeWolf. Rebound cleared away. Looking to clear the Thunder. Played back inside the zone by Laba. Laba up for Cogger. Cogger will spin trying to get past the forecheck of Poirier. He's been doing a great job of that. Puck comes free for Cabot. Played in front there. McInnes couldn't get loose to make the play across for the open man. That's going to be sent the other way and in deep. Have to play it as Burchill as Cogger on him. As linesmen call the icing. You can probably hear the disagreement from the Fundy faithful. Referees will discuss the play. So they will drop the puck at center ice. So the linesman made a mistake, which happens. If he was perfect, he'd be coaching the NHL. But he's here in Truro coaching a U16 AAA game. So we'll cut him a little slack. That's going to be played inside the Cabot zone off the face-off win. Jones will go across the wall. Once Landry's back out there. Landry plays it back. There's Boyle. James Boyle. Leaves it behind the net. Looking to clear. That will be kept in by Singer. Puck comes free behind the Highlanders net. It's going to be played up the wall by Havercourt. Sent back in the Highlanders zone. Here's Jones. Pass the middle is going to be picked off in a forecheck as Gagnon loses the puck in the middle of the ice. Here's McClellan. McClellan will try and drag his way through the defender, but good stick by Fundy. Played up the boards. Here's Beaton. Deity pass. As Cabot's changing, they'll get the red line and send it in deep. First on the puck is Jones. Jones plays it up the ice for Beaton. Beat it. Will send it back towards the corner, but picked off by Singer. Here's Cooper Singer. Played through the middle of the ice, enters the zone. So that's going to be sent in deep. Murray goes up the wall. Finds McClellan. That was Andy Murray. Played up ahead. Here's McInnes. McInnes will shoot one off the blocker of the Wolf. Fundy have in their own zone, but quick on the forecheck was Cabot, looking to change that. Played back in by Laba. He was tangled up with McInnes in the corner. Puck stuck on the wall. So, as they're still battling for it. Not sure if you heard that exchange between some dad and the ref. Here's Bear now the other way. Bear number 67 enters the zone, over to Parker. Pass in front. Looking for Bear on the return feed. Almost was good to stick. Rebound, scored. Thunder strike here at home. Took a few bounces, but finding the back of the net was Ethan Atkinson, number 22. Great play from Bear to go skate to stick in tight. Ended up on the stick of the goal scorer, Ethan Atkinson. And it is now 2-1 here in Truro. We need to cut in half. So they drop the puck. One back by Cabot, who's been great in the dot so far tonight, as Boyd will set it in deep. Expect the physicality to ramp up from here on out, which should come to a surprise. It's been pretty high so far, but as the game dwindles its way down, the hits will get harder and harder between these two teams. Here's Singer. Singer will put the brakes on his own blue line, finds Rennie. Maddox, Rennie has a 3-on-2, it's going to be offside the line. So 2-1's your score. Ethan Atkinson just scored the goal to cut the lead in half. We'll drop the puck right in front of the Fundy bench. Neutral ice. Frazier will win the draw, but off a shin pad comes free for Cabot. As backhand shot from Cochran will go off a stick and out of play. So Parker and Frazier get the assist, even though I believe it was Baird who made the play in front. So you never really trust the statisticians. This is Laba. Played around the wall. Picked up behind the net by Nadazzi, looking to clear. As hit behind the net, causes a stir in the crowd here in Truro. Looking to clear. Going to be kept in at the line by Laba, who stands up his man at the blue line. That was Phillips. So as I mentioned, a lot of hits coming your way here in the back half of this game. 2-1's your score here at the Colchester Legion Stadium. That's going to play up the wall. Puck bouncing to the blue line. As hit on the board, that's going to cause a penalty. You can hear the crunch of the helmet from up here. A scrum will ensue after the fact. Hard hit into the boards. Looks like players down on the ice. Once again, the Truro medical staff, but right back on his feet is Rennie, who looks no worse for wear. So McQuarrie out of the box. Let's see what the signal is, if they have one yet. Referee discussing with the timekeeper. Looks like Laba will head out to the benches for the penalty box as well. They're still sorting out the penalties here. One in the box on each side. Referee is discussing the play once again. 5:45 to go. So they'll drop the puck at the spot of the foul, neutral ice. Frazier against McClellan for the draw. Puck is won back by Cabot. Here's Boyle. Boyle, DDD pass. Up the wall by Landry. Puck sent in deep. Back to retrieve it is Singer. Singer gets hit into the boards. So, boarding and roughing the calls on both sides. That evens things up. A shot towards the goal. Sticked away by Singer. Here come the Thunder. Cochran has it. Cochran through the middle. Nudged off the puck by Landry, who's having himself a game, in my opinion, on the defensive side of the puck. Comes free. There's Frazier looking to get loose, but he couldn't make the toe drag move successfully. Played back. Here's Reed. Over to Singer. Singer's McClellan on him on the forecheck. Comes free out the turnover. Here's Havercourt. Shot. Stop made by the Wolf, who will cover up his rebound for the whistle. Inside 5 minutes to go in the second period. Shots are 18-14 in favor of the visiting Highlanders. Puck is dropped inside the Thunder zone. It's going to be played up the wall. Kept in by Boyle. As Landry at the opposite boards pokes it back in. Shot towards the goal. It's going to go wide of the net. Looking to clear his Thunder. Kept in by Boyle. Boyle over to Landry. Back for Boyle. Boyle let a shot go through the screen. Just goes wide. McClellan has the puck on the half wall. Fundy looking to clear. He played up the zone. Puck bouncing neutral ice. Havercourt will make a nice move of his stick to send it back into the zone. Fundy will recollect off the bench. It's McCaddy who will dump it back in deep. Dump and chase, the name of the game here for Cabot. As comes free. White looking to play it out. Gets the return pass from Parker. White looking for McIver. That'll go off the glass. Kept in by Beaton. Beaton will send it back in deep. Another dump and chase moment for Cabot there. It's looking to clear. This Cogger goes up the boards. It's going to be sent to the opposite corner. Dumping and chasing the Highlanders once again. Sound like a broken record. Here's Cogger. Up for McIver. This goes past his stick. Picked up by Beaton in his own zone. Beaton will take it from behind his own net. Nudged off the puck. Comes free for Cogger. Cogger. Cross ice for Reed. Reed will look for a lane and shoot one blocked in front by Beaton. Puck played in behind the net. Here's Cogger. As he gets stripped of the puck by Tuzenard. Here's Cade Tuzenard. Enters the zone. Tuzenard takes it wide. Pass in front. Looking for McCaddy, who was all tangled up in front. Couldn't accept it. As the Highlanders have it. Puck bouncing. That will escape the zone. DDD pass finds Boyd. Boyd will throw it on goal on the dump in from the blue line as Thunder looking to catch the Cabot on a change. Puck comes free. It's McIver. And on the forecheck. Watch out, turned over. As Cogger couldn't finish the job. Looking to tie the game as number 24 in black. It's going to be dumped back in deep. 2:45 to go here in the second period. Here's Boyd. Played over across. Here come the Highlanders. Taking it wide. And spinning and passing in front there as that's going to be played with a high stick. And that will be touched up by Singer. As that was Sawyer Nadazdi pinching up in the play, number 14, who led the rush. So 2.5 to go in the second period. 2-1 score here in Truro. I'd like to thank you for tuning into this one and apologize for the equipment malfunction earlier with the tripod, but it seems to be back now. As Warwick will send it back in the zone. Have to play it as Burchill. As he'll leave it for Boyle. Comes free behind the net, but picked up by McQuarrie. Goes up the wall. So we'll find Landry. He'll poke it up ahead. As Bean looking for the puck in neutral ice, but it's going to be offside. 122 seconds to go in this second period. 2-1 for Cabot, who have made a living this year off of low-scoring games. They got great defense and goaltending, and they score when they need to. Second place in the league. The winner of the league gets an automatic bye to the Maritime Championship, which is in Tyne Valley this year. Cape Breton Jets are hosting the provincial tournament, and the winner of that would represent Nova Scotia at the Maritime Championship. Last season it was Cabot who won the provincial title in Truro, funny enough. So this might be their first time back in Truro since winning provincials. That would have been good to know before the game. I'm sure that someone knows the answer to that, and he's probably not even here at the rink. As puck play to the corner. Puck comes free. The scrum is Moore will collect inside his own zone. Moore plays it ahead for Atkinson, the only goal scorer tonight for Truro, or for Fundy rather. They're not solely Truro, they're the Fundy area. Here's Moore. Shot off the rush, will go off the blocker. And that will go high, and that will stay inside the playing surface, I guess. It's hit on the wall. Another hit will free up the puck. Two bodies tangled up behind the play in the corner. Not sure if you see that or not. As that will stop play. So two skirmishes happening there on the opposite corners, actually, inside the Highlanders zone. So it looks like Landry and Moore out of the box right now. And joining them is McClellan. And that will be it. So Cabot gets the extra guy in the box. So a chance for Fundy to tie the game with a man advantage. 52.9 on the clock remaining in the second period. If they get one here before the buzzer, that'd be huge for them going into the third. Ulof has two fingers up from the referee. Not sure what that's for. So we'll play on. Still a power play for Fundy. Puck dropped. One back here is Singer. Over to Rennie. Rennie playing defense on the power play. Tipped in front by Cogger. Just goes wide. It's going to be kept in by Cochran. Cochran makes a move in the half wall. Up top for Singer. Singer over to Rennie. Rennie will shoot one low. Looking for the tip. Rebounds there. Cochran fanned on it. That just goes wide. As another chance. Just goes over the net with the backhand of Rennie. Chance here to clear for Cabot, but tangled up there. Keeps the play inside the zone. 20 seconds to go. Here's Singer. Singer over to Rennie. Rennie, shot was blocked on its way through. Comes free behind the net. A centering pass will go by everybody. Escapes the zone. Fundy got to hurry here. 10 seconds to go. Here's Singer from his own end looking for the Hail Mary pass. That'll be intercepted and sent the other way, and that will do it for the second period. So just a one goal in that frame off the stick of Ethan Atkinson. And it is 2-1 after 40. Take another break. You're tuned to High Button Sports live from Truro. Third period coming up after the break. Welcome back inside the Colchester Legion Stadium. The Cabot Highlanders have a 2-1 lead. They scored both their goals in the first period. Hanging on to the single goal deficit. Both goaltenders have been sharp. Shots are 19-14 in favor of Cabot. The Wolf, 17 saves so far. As we'll drop the puck, and we're underway here in the third period. That's going to be shot towards the goal. Comes free the point for Singer. Played over across. Back up top for Singer. As another chance there, stop made by Burchill. It's going to be kept in at the line by Singer. Fundy still in the power play to start the frame. That's going to be outside the zone. Rennie back to collect it. Rennie over to Ulov. The captain will go cross corner on the dump in. Looking to clear his Boyd. That's going to be kept in for a moment. At the turnover shot, just goes over the net. That will be sent down the ice. Singer back to retrieve it. We'll take it from his own end with 12 seconds of power play time remaining. Pass up ahead for Rennie. Rennie will play it towards the corner. As he gets hit into the boards, looking to stave off the forecheck. Is back to 5-on-5. Singer will send it back towards the Cabot zone. Picked up. And it is beaten. Sent in deep by McClellan, who's out of the box. There's Singer. Looking to get past McClellan on the forecheck. Singer holding on the puck down low. Look to clear, kept in by the Highlanders. But quickly turned over as here's Cogger. Cogger through the middle, makes a nice move to escape the defense, but he plays it too far ahead of himself. Cogger. That's going to be played to the wall. McIver up for Parker. Parker plays over across. There's Laba. Shot tipped on goal, and they score! The game is tied. Looks to be Jacob Cogger with the tip in front. Off the Nathan Lava shot. And with 18-13 remaining, a quick goal for Fundy has evened things up at twos. Great start for the Thunder here in this third period. So Fundy have tied the game. It's going to be cleared inside the Highlanders zone. Cabot had the puck. Here is McInnes making his way through the middle. That's going to be picked off but sent back in deep by Boyd, or Landry rather. As Bear looking for the puck. He's free on the wall. Play to the point. Kept in by Cabot. D-to-D pass. Once again out of the zone. They've been pretty bad at that tonight. If you've been watching the whole game. Here's Landry streaking through. Landry will let a shot go off the shoulder to Wolf. Rebounds there in the slot, but blocked in front. As Atkinson got his body in front of that one. Clearing attempts kept in. As Moore looking to poke out the zone. Back to retrieve it is Poirier. Here's James Boyle. He has a forward checking Moore all over him. As Landry looking to clear. Landry makes a few moves in neutral ice. Daniel Landry went to the zone. Must be offside the line, which will freeze play. So 2-2 is your score. Fundy just tied the game. They'll drop the puck right in front of the Highlanders bench on neutral ice. Puck is dropped. One back for Fundy in their own zone. That's going to be played back inside the Thunder zone. Pitched up ahead by Poirier. Poirier up the boards. DD pass finds Nadazdi. Nadazdi's shot through the screen goes over the net. So that might have had a chance to find the back of the net if it was on goal. This is Cogger. As Gagnon points up ahead, picked up by Nadazdi. As pass for Poirier out of his reach, sent the other way. 2-2 to score here in Truro. Here's Nadazdi. Played up the wall, took a funny hop, comes free for Laba. Laba had the point shot, which led to the tip in front, which tied the game a few moments ago. Here's Boyd. Boyd uses his body to shield the puck. He'll skate the puck up the ice as pass looking for Tuesnard out of his reach. That's going to end up on goal and stop made by Callum DeWolf. So Cogger from Laba and Max Donald Parker, the official scoring on that game-tying goal a few moments ago, if you're curious. I get all my information from Game Sheet, the website, if you're curious. For those watching at home, it has live up-to-date score updates for this league and a few others. Pretty cool little app they got going. Takes away the paper. It's all digital now here in 2025, almost 2026. Hope you got your resolution ready. Mine is to be a better commentator. As puck comes free. Played to the line. Murray accepts the pass. Andy Murray gets tangled up in the blue line in front of the Fundy bench. Battle ensues. Comes free for Rennie. Rennie will poke it ahead. 1-on-2. Rennie loses the puck, but right under the stick of Frazier. Off the deflection. Sent in deep. Murray will collect from behind his own net. Andy Murray up the wall. Pass picked off by Rennie. Rennie will throw it towards the middle. Looking for Frazier out of his reach. Here comes Cabot now. There is Tuesnard to the goal. Backhand stop made by DeWolf. There'll be no rebound. As Kate Tuesnard having himself a game. Struck free on the backhand. But DeWolf, who's been sharp in this one, made the save. Puck dropped. One back to the point. Here's Landry with a booming shot, goes over the net. As he sure can rip that puck. As here comes a 2-on-1 perhaps. Here is Ulof with Cogger. Ulof towards the goal, sticked away by Burchill. As they'll stop play. The net came off. Not sure if there's going to be a penalty on that play or not. As Ulof came crashing into Burchill. Seems to be in a little bit of discomfort, but he's stretching it out right now. Looks like he'll remain 5-on-5. Fundy will make a late change on the D end. Looks like they're playing with 5D tonight. As Ulof kicked out of the draw, in comes Cogger. We'll drop the puck, one back for Reed, who will play it back into the zone. Ulof gets hit from Landry. Two big bodies colliding there, two veterans in this league. As here comes Havercourt, gets ticked off the puck. He's trying to dangle his way through as he gets it back and let a shot go. Stop made by DeWolf. We're still tied here in Truro. So that'll be cleared down the ice for an icing call against the Thunder. Out-of-town score update. The Dukes are up 3-0 over the Valley Wildcats in Charlottetown. Vito's remain at the top of the standings. They beat the Voyageurs earlier on today in Windsor. Vito's will play the Armada, which will be a great game tomorrow. I have to call for that one in Bedford. That will be a late afternoon game at the newly renamed Greenford Energy Center. As looking to clear is Burchill, kept in by McIver. McIver let a shot go, blocked. Cabot will look to clear, play to the opposite wall. It's going to be chipped up ahead. As watch out here, 2-1 developing. McCaddy couldn't make the play. Comes free for Parker. 6 minutes have gone in this third period. Been a lot of whistles, which will slow things down. Here's Ulof now. Ulof after McIver, shot towards the goal. The blocker rebounds there, but cleared away. That's like a funny hop off of the equipment of Burchill. It's going to be kept in towards the blue line. Battle ensues on the wall. As hit Ulof gets it on the forward check, comes free for Boyd. Up ahead for McInnes. McInnes will go cross ice. Finds McCaddy. 2-on-2 developing. McCaddy will shoot it off the post. That one snuck by the blocker. of the goaltender, but we'll play on here in Churro. Still 2-2. Here's Ulof. We'll play it back inside the Highlanders zone. Great pace to this third period. As stretch pass intercepted by Singer. Here's Cooper Singer for a few moves. Makes the spin across, looking to center of the puck. It's going to be turned over. Baird will send it right back in deep out the turnover. Here's Atkinson. He had the first goal for Fundy earlier on in the game in the second period. He's in on the forward check. As Beaton looking to poke out the zone. Baird finds it. Baird will make the play in front, but picked off by Murray. Murray, pass up ahead, looking for the stretch pass was Cabot, but they couldn't complete it. So forced to play back in their own zone. Murray over cross, looking for Poirier. That'll be deflected inside the Thunder zone. Atkinson looking to keep the play alive. Puck bouncing, comes free for Reed inside his own end. Plays it back for Singer. Singer up for Atkinson, up the boards. Atkinson takes a hit from Landry. That'll free up the puck. Here's Moore dragging, shooting out the body of Boyle. That will stay inside the zone. 8 minutes have gone here in the third. Still 2-2. Here's Parker. Parker's shot scores! The crowd erupts here at Churro as Max Donald Parker gives the Fundy Thunder the lead. A hit in neutral ice freed up the puck. And it was number 11, Parker, who got the goal from distance. And the Thunder have come all the way back to make it 3-2 here in the third. Great finish in store here. As all of a sudden, Boyle has the puck for Cabot, looking to tie the game as they've been in control for the most part of this contest. 2 goals here in the third from the Thunder have made things 3-2 for them. Let's pass across, picked off and sent to the corner by Tousenard. Battle ensues. It's played in front. Here's Parker again. Shot just goes wide this time. Rebound cleared away. Here's Boyle. Boyle looking to clear. Play up the wall as Beaton takes a hit, frees up the puck. Recollected by Cabot. As here is Boyd, makes a nice move. Landry gets hit by Warwick, but Beaton will collect. As physicality a factor in this game, of course. Truro and Andy Ganesh is basically the matchup here. As off the bench came Jones, so it in deep. We're approaching the halfway mark of this third period. Here's Parker, who's at the hot stick right now, up for Cochran. It's going to be sent the other way. Here comes Fundy. Here's Rennie. Shot deflected, just goes wide off the stick of Boyd. That was pretty close to making it a 2-goal spread. As here comes Cabot. That'll be played off the stick of Jones and then sent right back in deep by Brett Boyd. Puck in the corner. Havercourt looking for it. The top scorer for the Highlanders heading to this game. Puck bouncing in front of the Thunder bench. Here's Cochran now. Cochran enters his zone. Shot blocked as Frazier looks for the rebound. Hit to the point. Reed lets a shot go. Deflected in the corner. As here comes the Highlanders looking to clear. That's going to be kept in for a moment. Great job by Fundy here on the forecheck in the back half of this game. It was all Cabot in the early goings. As we're halfway through the third period, 10 minutes have come and gone. Looking to clear is McInnes. Picked up by Cabot in their own zone. As here is Nadazdi. Back for McInnes on the return feed. McInnes will go up the boards, finds McCaddy. McCaddy will circle from behind his own net. Looking to start the rush. Here comes Daniel Landry. Will poke it in the zone. Puck put up the boards. It's going to be kept in by McCaddy. McInnes and McCaddy on the forecheck. Scrum ensues right in front of the Fundy bench. As Murray will play it back for Beaton. 9:15 to go in the third. Cabot down by a goal on the road. As here's Beaton. Backhand pass intercepted and sent back in deep by Ulot, the veteran, with the veteran play there. It's Murray. Plays at the opposite wall. It's going to be picked up by McQuarrie. Looking to clear. Played up ahead. As watch out there. Nearly a bad pass as Phillips forced to circle back as it was poked off his stick. Dumping and chasing now with the Fundy Thunder. That's what the Highlanders were doing with a 2-goal lead, but all of a sudden it's 3-2 now. So they're looking to score a goal. Let's see what they do here and approach this one. This here's Singer. Singer has the puck behind his own net. Looking to escape the forecheck as he'll go up the glass. It'll be kept in by Murray at the blue line. Murray will send it back in deep. Here's Laba up the boards. Up for Cogger, picked off by Murray again. But sent the other way as chance here for Cogger, but good stick by Murray, neutral ice. So here come the Highlanders. Shot on goal, stopped made by the Wolf, and there'll be no rebound. With 8:15 to go, Callum the Wolf makes the save. 3-2 is your score here in Truro. Puck is dropped. Fundy win the face-off. Here's Singer looking to clear. Play to the middle. Here's Gavin Moore. Up ahead for Atkinson. Atkinson enters the zone. The left side back for Moore. Stop made. And that'll be deflected out of play by Birchill with his stick. Little exchange on the blue line. Made for a dangerous scoring chance from distance. But Birchill keeps this a 1-goal game. Moore will take the face-off. Puck dropped. Comes free off the scrum. Here's Atkinson in the offensive zone, but picked off. Fun to get it right back. As Moore has it at the top of the zone. Drops it off for Singer. Singer will shoot through the screen off a stick. That will go to the corner. As here's Reed over to Singer. Singer will throw it towards the goal. Blocked by Stewart. Picked up by Phillips. Phillips back for Stewart, who loses the puck but makes the play over to Landry in desperation. Landry makes a move at the blue line. Landry has good back check from Moore. Got the puck off the stick of Landry. It's going to be turned over. Here's a chance. Shot just goes over the net. Letting that one rip was Kate Tuzenard as he collects the puck off the turnover. Here is McQuarrie. Over for Landry, got his shot blocked. Chance the other way. Here's Rennie, one-on-one. Rennie will take it wide. Looks for the trailer, but loses the puck. Here comes Tuzenard for Cabot. Good back-and-forth action here. Tuzenard's shot is blocked by Parker. Sent back in deep. Tuzenard looking for the puck, but freed up by Parker. Parker will look up ice. Puck bouncing for Adasi. Couldn't corral it. Played back for Boyd. Boyd will look up ice as he collects the puck from behind his own net. As puck bouncing all the way down, hits a stick, and that will be no icing. Here's Parker. Parker played up the wall for Warwick. Warwick will bank it off the boards. Comes free for Boyd. Will poke it back towards the Fundy zone. White there to collect. He'll circle back. White through the middle. That will be picked off as here is Warwick towards the goal. Looking for Gagnon, but couldn't get the puck to him. That will be bouncing on the blue line. Watch out here. Kept in by Laba. Lets a shot go at the pad of Birchill. Puck comes free for White up top. We'll send it back in deep. A centering pass goes off his skate. Here come the Highlanders. With it is Nadazdi. Nadazdi on the right side of his own shot. Change directions on the Wolf. This goes wide. If that would have tied the game. 6 minutes to go here in the third. It's still 3-2. It's going to be played back in the zone. Here is Parker. Takes ahead as he makes the play. Up for Warwick. Played up ahead for Laba. Laba, cross-ice pass to be out of the reach of White, who was changing. That will end up on net, so no icing. Cabot have it. Played up ahead for McInnes. McInnes. Puck ends up on the stick. Let's watch out here. Rolling puck is going to be played right on goal. That'll be steered to the corner as the Wolf couldn't corral it. We'll play on. They'll get past the blue line. That was Murray at the point who couldn't keep it in. Picked up by Beaton. Beaton up the boards. Finds McInnes. Will leave it for his man. Here comes McQuarrie. 2-on-1 with McCaddy. McQuarrie will keep and shoot it. And stop made by DeWolf with the glove. With 5:10 to go here in the third. Keeps things 3-2. 2-on-1 developed out of nowhere. But DeWolf was up for the task and make the save. Face-off will be to his blocker's side inside the Fundy zone. And for the face-off is McQuarrie against Uloth. Puck dropped. One back to the point. Here's Murray as that hopped over his stick. Forced to circle back is number 27 in White. Played up the wall for McCaddy. McCaddy looking to enter the zone, and he will. McCaddy has the puck. Shot will be deflected wide. by DeWolf. Here's Singer now looking to stave off the back check. Singer uses his body to shield the puck and neutral ice, so sends it in deep off the stick of Burchill. As Murray will poke it back for his defenseman. Up is Boyd, who makes the play off the wall. Sent back in deep by Ulof. McQuarrie looking to clear. He played up the boards. Off the bench is Parker, who's going to make the play back in the middle of the ice. Highlanders have it. And here's Laba. Laba as penalty by Fundy. As slashing a little too hard on the stick of Phillips was Max Donald Parker, who out of the box. No argument for number 11. So with 4.5 to go, Highlanders, who are down a goal, out of the man advantage. Obviously a big moment in this game as they'll huddle up right in front of their own bench before the draw. Murray, Landry, Ondiu with Jones, Havercourt, and McClellan. That's the unit for Craig McInnes here on the power play. Here's Murray. Plays it over. McClellan back for Murray. They switch spots as centering pass can be intercepted, and that will slowly make its way down the ice off the clear. In the forecheck is Atkinson. It's Landry looking for it. Puck comes free in the corner. McClellan pokes it back for Murray. Murray will skate up the ice, nearly stripped the puck by Baird, and he was. As penalty coming up, and that will even things up. Great forecheck from Baird, draws the penalty on Murray. So 4-on-4 with less than 4 minutes to go. There goes the Cabot power play. So 3-2 is still your score. Face off will be to the glove side of Burchill. And for the draw is Cochran. He will oppose James McQuarrie, number 10. They drop the puck. Scrum draw. Comes free as Boyd has it. Boyd leads it from McQuarrie. 4-on-4. Possession pivotal in this type of scenario. This here is Nadazdi over to Boyd. Return pass for Nadazdi. Cabot have it in their own zone. They're down a goal. 4-on-4 is the situation. 3.5 to go in the third. Here is Nadazdi. Enters the zone on the right side. We'll play it behind the net. Nadazdi will wrap it through. Stopped me by DeWolf. Rebound. Play to the wall. Picked off by Cochran, who will get possession for Fundy as Singer will take over. Spins off the forecheck. Singer. 3:10 to go in the third. Finds McIver. McIver. Back for Singer. Singer. Over to Reed. Fundy looking to kill some clock here. They're up a goal here in the third. Here's Ulof. McIver has it. McIver shot towards the goal and nearly skipped its way through, but that will stay out. Inside 3 minutes to go now. Puck in the corner. Collected. Here comes Landry. Boyd has the puck. It's going to be taken wide. 4-on-4 right now. McQuarrie. Centering pass is fanned on. As McQuarrie will head to the bench. Played free as Jones will play it back in neutral ice. Jones takes it all the way back inside his own zone. As it's now a 5-on-4 for Fundy for the next 30 seconds. Here is Jones. Poked back into the zone. Laba back to retrieve it. 2:20 to go. Laba from behind his own net. His team has a 1-goal lead here in the third. Laba down the ice. It's going to be picked off by the stick of Boyle. Battle ensues on the wall. Moore plays it back for Laba. Finds Singer on the D-to-D. Singer will get the red line and circle back. Singer in neutral ice. Finds Baird. Baird will throw it on net. Stop made by Burchill. And he'll elect to play it. Here is Landry. As we're back to 5-on-5. This is the game here, folks. Pass up ahead. Here's Havercourt. All alone. Shot stop made on the breakaway. We're still a 3-2 game here as that will escape Boyle. Huge shave from the Wolf. Here's Boyle out of his own zone. Minute and a half to go. As Cabot nearly capitalized as Havercourt came out of the box. That's going to be played out, up of play. A great chance on the breakaway for Lucas Havercourt. But DeWolf with the pad kept it out. And let's see a timeout here from Craig McInnes. Let's see And he will call one. So with 1:24 to go, Highlanders call a timeout. They're down a goal. We'll take a quick break. You're tuned to High Button Sports, live from Churro. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back inside the Colchester Legion Stadium. 6-on-5. Birchall out of his crease, onto the bench. Highlanders led 2-0. They're down 3-2. Chance to tie the game here in this scenario. The goalie pulled. Puck is dropped. McClellan looking for it as Murray pinches in. As Ulof has it, he'll send it back towards neutral ice. Picked up by Boyd. 1:15 to go in the third. Here's Boyd over to Murray. Murray looking to return pass off the skate. Will be forced to play it back as Murray inside his own zone. Net is empty for Cabot. 1:04 to go. Here's Boyd. Boyd through the middle. It's going to be chipped into the zone. The foot race for the puck. Who wants it? As McClellan will get there first. Cabot has possession. Here is Murray up top. Over to Boyd. Back for Murray. Murray has a lane. He'll shoot one on, tipped on goal. Rebounds there, and they score. Tie game with 45 seconds to go. The Highlanders even it up off the rebound. Pinching in was Brett Boyd. He finds the back of the net. And with 44.9 on the clock, it is tied 3-3. What a game here in Truro on a Saturday night. Both teams giving their all. But it is Brett Boyd with the equalizer late in the third. You gotta think his next goal wins now. Puck is dropped. Here's Nadazdi. Plays it over for Boyd. The game-tying goal came from number 28 in white as he'll get the return pass from Nadazdi. Up the middle, turned over. It's Moore looking for the puck. Moore will play it in the corner. Here's Boyd. Boyd will collect with 25 seconds to go in the third. Cabot have it on neutral ice. It's going to be sent in deep by McQuarrie. Got hit by Baird in the process. DD pass. Laba has it. Looking for Atkinson, who had that go over his stick. Picked up. There is Murray. Nadazdi over to Boyd. Boyd will go up the left wall, and that will make its way on net for the Wolf, who has 3 seconds to go. He'll play to the corner, and we're heading to overtime. So 60 minutes was not enough to decide a winner. Both teams get a point. Whoever gets the game-winning goal gets the extra one. Tune to High Button Sports. Be back in just a moment for some 3-on-3 OT. Welcome back to the Colchester Legion Stadium. We got some free hockey, even though the whole game was free on YouTube, but that's the expression. Singer out there with Ulof. And I can't see that as another side. McCaddy. Tuzenard out there with Nadazdi, so we'll start 3-on-3, 5 minutes. If there's no winner after that, it'll be a shootout. This here is Rennie, so he's the third guy out there. Rennie and Ulof and Singer out there for Truro in this 3-on-3 scenario in overtime, as that's going to be played back for Singer. It's nearly turned over, and it is. This is McCaddy. McCaddy has the puck. A Singer gave it away. Here is McCaddy. That's a goal in this game already. Picked off by Ulof, looking to stretch his man Singer. It's going to be turned over. Here's Tuzenard. Possession so important in this 3-on-3. Here's Nadazdi up for Tuzenard. Tuzenard will circle on the wall. Played over across for Nadazdi. Nadazdi looks for a lane. He'll shoot one on goal. Tipped in front. Save made by DeWolf. A beautiful feed from Nadazdi. As a shot pass made its way through across the ice. Kept out by DeWolf. And will play on here in Truro. McQuarrie, Jones, and Boyd out there for Cabot, Cochran, Parker, and more for Fundy. Here's Jones in the corner in the offensive zone. 3-on-3 overtime. 1 minute is gone in the extra frame. Here's Boyd up top. He had the game tying goal 45 seconds ago. McQuarrie will look to do a same kind of pass that just happened, but he couldn't do so. Here's Jones in the slot. Uses his body to shield the puck. Jones has it up top. Played over cross. Here's Boyd with a lane. Little shoot one on. This goes wide. Puck comes free. So here is Cochran. Cochran has an overtime winner this season already in Cole Harbour. Here's Moore. Gavin Moore will slow things down from behind his own net. Moore on his own circle will slowly make his way up ice. Moore over cross for Cochran. Cochran goes wide. Back up top for Moore. Moore will make a move by the defender. Holds on to the puck. Up top for Parker. Goes skate to stick. Back for Moore. Moore at the blue line. Look for a lane and shoot one. Tipped on goal. Birchall makes a save through the screen. That might have been redirected in front. Not sure. Battle ensues. McIver out there now for Fundy. As there's a chance behind the net. Cochran looking for Parker. Turned over. Here's Boyd. Will play it back from behind his own net. Cabot will regain possession. Here is James McQuarrie. Has the puck for Cabot here in overtime. We're halfway through OT. 2.5 minutes have come and gone. 2.5 to go. Here's Havercourt. Leads the Highlanders in scoring. Will enter the zone. Looks for the trailer. Finds Landry. Landry will take it into the corner. There's Daniel Landry from behind the net. Number 88 has the puck for the Highlanders. Up top, McClellan takes the pass. McClellan, the top of the zone. Back for Landry. Landry has a booming shot. He'll use it, but it's going to be blocked by Singer. Puck comes free in the corner. Cabot still have possession. Here's Landry. Sent around the wall as Havercourt will get there first in the opposite boards. Havercourt plays the bounce. As him and Singer tangled up down low. Comes free for Singer. As McIver might have a step. 3-on-2 developing. As here is McIver with Cogger driving the net. McIver will hold on to it and shoot one off the pad. Stop made by Birchall. Will play on. 1:40 to go in overtime. Cabot has possession. A tired Havercourt still out there. He'll lead the rush for Cabot. Havercourt has a lane to the net. He'll shoot one. Stop made by DeWolf for the blocker. McIver will whack that one out the zone. Picked up by Murray in neutral ice. Minute and a half to go in OT. Here is Murray for the Highlanders. He'll enter the zone on the right side. Murray will shoot one off the blocker to Wolf, who fought that one off. So McCaddy will collect the rebound in neutral ice. Here's Roley McCaddy, the assistant captain, second year in the league. Will put the brakes on in the red line. McCaddy played back to the point. Highlanders have possession. Here is McGinnis. McGinnis goes wide left, enters the zone, puts the brakes on the half wall. Top for Murray. Murray back for McGinnis, who has a lane. He'll shoot one. Stop made by DeWolf. Point blank. He'll freeze play for the whistle. Still no winner here in Truro. DeWolf comes up big once again. At the top of his crease was number 33, or 29 rather. Puck is dropped to the blocker side of DeWolf. Out there is Parker once again for Truro, or for Fundy, sorry. We're in Truro. As here is Parker. Luke Parker up for Cochran. Cochran finds Ulof. Ulof has a lane. Will shoot one off the stick and will go out of play. 31 seconds to go in overtime. They'll send Rennie out on the ice in exchange for Cochran. Ulaw, Parker, and Rennie out there for Fundy on the offensive zone. Face off. It's going to be one ahead. Here come the Highlanders now. They have a 3-on-1 developing. Here's Tuzenard. Tuzenard will take it wide towards the goal. It's just tipped wide. As McQuarrie was driving the net, looking to tip that one in. McQuarrie has the puck behind the net. 15 seconds to go in overtime. Play to the point. Here's Boyd. Shot blocked. And that will hop over the net. Picked up. Here's Tuzenard. 8 seconds to go in overtime. Tuzenard will hold on to it at the top of the zone. Tuzenard. Backhand pass intercepted. That's going to do it for OT. We're heading to a shootout. So 65 minutes, not enough for this one. Shootout coming up here in just a moment. You're tuned to Highline Sports. Be back for a shootout in just a few moments. Welcome back inside the Colchester Legion Stadium. We're heading to a shootout here in some U16 AAA auction. 3-3 after regulation. A game-tying goal with 45 seconds remaining from Brett Boyd has us in this scenario. As we'll see who the shooters are for both sides. But all we know now is DeWolf and Birchill will be the goaltenders. They've been great here tonight. 33-26 are the shots after regulation and overtime. Puck at center ice. As the referee will get the three shooters from head coach Connor Miller. His first shooter looks to be Maddox Rennie, number 18. He's on the ice right now. Well, we don't know for sure yet. Each team gets three shooters if necessary. As Rennie will be the first shooter. Leads the team in scoring. Has 11 goals on the season. Let's see what he can do here in the shootout. Rennie will collect it with some speed towards the goal. Rennie will shoot off the pad of Birchill. So no score after the first shooter. As Will McClellan will be the first shooter for Cabot. Has 5 goals in the regular season. Here's McClellan. Goes left. Back to the middle. McClellan weaving his way through the right side now. McClellan to the middle again. Will outwit the goaltender and go top shelf on the Wolf. Great patience for number 15. So 1-0 for Cabot here in the shootout. Looking to respond is Jude Cochran. Cochran has 7 goals in the regular season. Let's see what he can do here in the shootout. Here's Cochran down the right side in the middle now. Cochran will shoot one on. He scores. So Cochran evens up the shootout. Number 16 goes blocker side on Birchill. And here comes number 88, I believe, Daniel Landry. And it is. Landry, the defenseman, in here in the shootout. He has a booming slap shot. Let's see what he does here. Landry will take it in on the backhand, scores. So Cabot 2 for 2 in the shootout. A save here from Birchill will end the game. McIver looking to extend the game. McIver has 2 goals and 10 assists so far this year. He's up for the shootout. needs to score to extend this game. Here's McIver, slowly making his way through on the right side. Will drag and make a few moves. Looks for a 5-hole, and that'll be swatted away at the goal line. And the Highlanders have won this game in a shootout on the road. 4-3 will be your final score. What a game here in Truro. Highlanders get the extra point on the road. Burchill, 2 for 3 in the shootout. Wins the game for his team. That's going to do it for us here. Appreciate you tuning into this one. What a finish it was. Final score 4-3. Highlanders tie it late in the third to send it to overtime, and they win in the shootout. So once again, thank you for tuning into this one. My name is Mason Knight here with High Button Sports. Hope everyone has a safe travels home here in Truro. Plenty more games on hand tomorrow, but for now, we'll say sayonara. Have a great night, everybody.